Am I the prettiest? Sure enough. Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town? Sure enough. But who am I? Sure enough. Who am I? Sure enough. I can't hear you. Sure enough. Can you dig it, nigga? Sucker, sucker.
Can you dig it, suckers? How you doing, fight fans? EJ Boxing Live here. Another Wednesday night prediction hangout with some of the best guys here on YouTube. We have Gus making his debut here on EJ's Boxing, and from the Boxing Voice, we also have Nota. You don't know to knows all the lightweights, and we've got Miguel. Miguel's been dying to come over, so we can have a great hangout, and we're gonna start in with some of the biggest fights coming this weekend. Andre Ward versus Sullivan Barrera. This is a 12 round contest, light heavyweight division. Andre Ward, number 4, pound for pound. I'm giving my prediction straight off the bat. I think Andre Ward's going to punish him. You're looking at from 6 onwards, so I'm probably saying like maybe round 10. Sullivan Barrera. Let me bring up his resume before everyone brings real quick resume and his to see how many fights he's had, man. Because I haven't really.
He's had 17.
He's at 17, yeah? 17 fights. He's got 12 knockouts, yeah? He's from Cuba originally. So, you know, Cuban guys are pretty good. He stands at 6'2", 34 years of age. Hey, you know what? If this guy upsets bloody thing, I won't be surprised. Them Cuban guys, you know what I'm saying? They pack. He hasn't got no notable names in his resume. He's got a couple.
Yeah, this is a big step up for him.
Oh, he's got the last guy actually. What's his name? Carl Marat? I know Carl Marat.
Yeah, Marat. Yeah, I think Hopkins fought him as well.
And he's got Jeff Lacey as well. He's actually got Jeff Lacey on his resume.
Yeah,
That's
Jeff. Yeah.
Jeff Lacey as well. So he's actually, you know, he's been quite active. He's been more active than Ward, obviously. But this is a massive step up for him. And hey, we'll see, man. Andre Ward's resume, you already know. Your Carl Froch down there, Kessler.
He's one of the biggest divas in boxing, though.
We're gonna get into it anyway. When you read.
No, you know what I mean? How can somebody acquire a pound-per-pound ranking fighting at a weight he's never fought at and fighting, let's face it, a super middleweight at a catch weight who never even made that weight, and he acquires a pound-per-pound ranking for based on something he did 4 years ago? You know, that to me it's a travesty.
Well, that's the thing, you know, generally with
was Edwin Rodriguez. He's a deep guy. Edwin Rodriguez.
Well, the thing with Ward though is on pound for pound rankings, like I think with him it's just the volume of fights. You know, all the fights that he had were really good opponents, so he managed to kind of acquire that by doing that. And then the other thing was, I think even though Ward hasn't been very active the last few years, a lot of the guys who were pound for pound in theory, a lot of them took losses or, you know, it's like between Pacquiao, Bradley, and Marquez, you know, they beat each other and then they lost to each other. So that kind of hurts all three of them in the pound for pound rankings. Then you have Vladimir Klitschko, who just lost to Fury, so that drops him off the pound for pound rankings. And then you have Rigondeaux, who hasn't been active himself, so that kind of hurts him in the pound for pound rankings. So it's like it all kind of evens out, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where there hasn't been a lot of fighters that have been just, you know, doing otherworldly things and then staying unbeaten, essentially. So I think that's benefited Ward a lot.
I mean, beating Paul Smith.
Apart from like Gonzalez, has been fighting a lot in there and staying undefeated.
He's really one of the few guys that has been consistent.
I mean, stopping Paul Smith, like to us in the UK, we've seen him get stopped by James DeGale and George Grove, obviously. But Paul Smith, you know, going 24 rounds with Arthur Abrams was fairly quite.
He won the first fight. I think he won the first fight.
Yeah, you go. This is what I'm saying. So Andre Ward.
Yeah, I thought he did too.
So Andre Ward having him on his resume he's both trying to say that justifies the pound for pound, but you know, Chad Dawson, also Saka Obika, who later on became a world champion. Arthur Abrams still dominating right now. He's got how many defenses in the 2-weight champion? It's pretty good. Carl Froch as well. Carl Froch did.
Well, and
he's right. He's not like he's ranked number 1. He's ranked number 4.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Where the ring has him, I think is pretty good. You know, I think number 4 is pretty fair.
And like you said, Gus, coming off a layoff, not straight taking a nobody, coming against undefeated guy who's up and coming. It's a pretty decent guy. I mean, he could have took an easy step up, but this might be a very hard fight. A lot of people predicting a hard fight, but me, like I said, I'm based from round. I'm looking like round 10, like stoppage. So Andre Ward's record 28 wins with 50 knockouts. Obviously, he's undefeated, no losses, no draws. Olympic gold medalist as well. I mean, it says it all. And he's 32 years of age. Sullivan Barrera.
Only Darnell Boone, I think, was the closest to beating him. Almost knocked him out.
See, there you go. Sullivan Barrera, on the other hand, is 34 years of age. But like I said,
he was in bad. I don't know whether you recall that fight, but Ward was in bad trouble in the fifth. All over on the floor, almost got counted out.
Yeah, it was an uppercut that really hurt him bad.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna just go around the panel then. So straight away we go with Gus then. Gus, what's your prediction on that fight, mate?
I would love to see Barrera beat him. I really would, just for justice in boxing.
Justice? What's Ward done? Come on. What's Ward done? To be justice? Come on, Gus. Explain that.
I just think he's turned into a diva in not only in his negotiations but also with contractual difficulties with the late Dan Guzan as well. This whole situation with refusing to fight because contractually he was obligated to fight one more. So out of principle he could have taken the fight, but he didn't out of principle. And the point is that this guy was like magic when he won the Super 6, and I just feel that over the last 3-4 years with a combination of injury and sort of contractual disputes, renegotiating with a new sort of Rock Nation, the best years could have been dissipated, and it is sad when a boxer almost throws away his career in his prime just out of something that he's done so in the past, and hence he feels he can dictate negotiations or whatever else. So I personally I don't like that, but I'm not dissuading from his talent and his achievements in the past, but this is 2016. This is not 2012. So
so what's your
Barrera is a very dangerous opponent. So
give us your prediction. What's your prediction? Go ahead.
You got Barrera.
I think Ward. I think it'd be a pretty ugly fight. I think Ward would probably outpoint him.
Okay. Unanimous decision or split decision? What?
Probably unanimous.
Okay, cool. Hey, go ahead, Miguel.
I got Ward easy. Not easy. I'm talking about easy. I'm talking about easy far as dominator. I think he's gonna get him in the later rounds, probably in the 8th round. He's gonna stop him. He's gonna stop. And this is the problem I have with Ward. I do agree with Gus what he's saying about him not being active as much. That's why I gave him shit in the past for not being active. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you can't take the talent away from him. He was born with that talent. Let's be fair. You know what I mean? He's just a gifted boxer. I'm not a boxer fan, to be honest. I'm Mexican. I like brawlers. You know what I mean? But I also, it's like me. I don't like Floyd either. But I got to give the guy his credit. He's one of the best in his era. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, because nobody's not been able to beat this guy. Same thing, Ward. I got to give the guy his credit. You know what I mean?
Jose Luis Castillo beat him, but he never got the decision. So definitely beat him by 4 rounds. Emmanuel Stewart was scoring that fight, and he had him by 4, and I had him by 4.
Hey, we can say that about Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, was that?
We can say the same thing about Manny Pacquiao against Marcus. I think he won the 3rd fight. Was it 3rd fight?
Well, man,
most people do.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you could kind of say that about a lot of guys too. I mean, you could say that Kazagi lost to Hopkins. You could say that Lopez lost to Alvarez.
The bottom line is and officially, what we're talking about is like Miguel says, undefeated. Let's keep it rolling.
Well, and here's the thing with Floyd, though. At least you can give credit is the fact that he went back and he rematched both Castillo and Maidana in his closest fights, and he
beat them.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Exactly. Hey, so Miguel cuts.
So I got Warren. He's gonna beat him. I think, and the reason I think he's gonna beat him, I don't think he's as stronger than Barrera. I just think he's smarter.
Yeah, he's smart.
Smarter boxer. I think what he's gonna do, he's gonna jab, and when he sees danger inside, he's gonna clinch. Like he's always done. Y'all seen. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a fan of clinching. I hate it.
Really?
He's gonna do whatever it takes to win the fight. And like again, in black and white, that's all that counts. A win is a win. And I think he's gonna get Barrera frustrated like he's done everybody else. As far as Ward, and he's gonna end up beating him. Punching, grabbing, pushing. There might be some dirty moves in there. You never know. But he's gonna beat him in that. At the end of the day, he's gonna let his guard down. He's gonna end up knocking him out. That's my prediction.
Cool. All right, go ahead. Cool, man. Round 8, good. Round 8. Nota, go ahead, Nota. Nota.
He gone.
Where's he gone?
That scared him off.
He's got to get some more water or some Red Bull or something, man.
Yeah. All right, Nota. So now I was missing on that one. I think now just done the Friday one. He's disappeared. All right, so we're gonna move on. When Now comes back, then we can join in. We got. He's back. Nauta's back. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. After you said that, you're right, Gus. You probably went for some water. What up, Nauta?
Yeah, sorry about that, man. I got a phone call, and I was on my damn cell phone. What do you call it? Let me see. Ward Barrera.
Yeah.
I think Barrera. I think this actually could be a tricky fight for Ward because I think Gus brought up a good point. The thing is, Andre Ward has been out so long. I mean, regardless of the Paul Smith fight, that he may have left a little bit of his prime behind, potentially, very potentially. Although I did think he looked really good in the Paul Smith fight. I thought he looked strong. I don't think he's gonna stop Barrera because Barrera is a very strong guy himself, and I've seen him fight before. He's a good puncher, and he's a physically powerful guy.
Never been down.
I think it's gonna be very tough for. Well, Barrera was actually down once, but it was a balance shot more than anything. He wasn't hurt at all. I forgot who it was against, but he knocked that guy out pretty quick afterwards. But the thing is, Ward, I don't think is necessarily the type of puncher that's going to be able to really hurt Barrera. Barrera, I think to knock somebody like him out, you have to really be hammering him. And I don't see really Ward doing that. I think Ward is probably going to have to use all of his skills, to be honest with you. I think Barrera is a good fighter. I think he's skilled. I think he's a powerful enough guy that Ward's going to have to be on his P's and Q's. And he's going to have to be, tricky and use every technique that's available to him, including some of the ones that brush the line of fairness of the rules and everything. And who knows, maybe that'll bring up the dog in Barrera too, because Barrera, I've seen him get fouled in the past too, and he'll retaliate. So it'll be pretty interesting. I'd say Ward probably beats him by a fairly close decision, unanimous but close.